Professor Chai mentioned our Chinese colleague, Professor Liu Baoqi from Beijing Normal cannot attend the meeting here in Tampere, but through the miracle world of internet, he will be giving his speech directly from Beijing Normal University.
Yeah.
So welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Good. I want to say good morning. So here, it's late afternoon, and I'm very sorry for not being able to go to the conference in person. So thanks to the ICT technology, I can attend the conference by Skype. Just now, Sapra and Tsai, they introduced about the achievements, the opportunities, the challenges, and possible responses to the Sino-Finland education corporations. And today I will focus on the Sino-Finland education network that is building up the bridge between China and Finland from first perspective, that from BU's perspective. Now, we talk about the cooperations between China and Finland. People usually ask a question, why should we cooperate with Finland? Of course, Finland, geographically, it's very far from China. So you can say that China is in the far east, and to China, Finland is the far northwest. It's quite far. But when you ask people what's their impressions of Finland, perhaps they will list several items, several things. The first is a country covered with forest. Then it has thousands of lakes. Then the Finns, people, the Chinese people perhaps have some similarities with the Finns, and they like the Finns very much. They think that they do not talk a lot, but they are, when we do something, they are very serious and very warm-hearted. And also, when we talk about Finland, everybody will mention that Nokia. Unfortunately, Nokia is now only occupies a small portion of the market of the cell phones, but people regret for that. And also, Angry Birds is also very popular in China, especially in the youngsters. But besides that, to the educators, to the field of education, now people usually mention that Finnish education and their innovation system is perhaps among the best in the world. You know that Professor Pasi Solberg published a book, Finnish Lessons. It tells the stories about the Finnish education, and what we can learn. That's the words Finland. I am deeply impressed by his words. The Finnish way of education change should be encouraged to those who have found the path of competition, choices, test-based accountability, and promise-based pay to be a dead end. The future of Finnish education described above can moreover offer an alternative means to customized learning. And everybody now in China is talking about the Finnish model of education. What is the Finnish model of education to the Chinese? Perhaps here are the highlights of model, according to me. It's a low workload. Everybody now is comparing Finland and China, especially Finland and Shanghai, because of the PISA achievement. Before Shanghai participated in the PISA test, that Finland was always on the top list of the countries. After that, Shanghai got the #1 place, but sometimes the people they criticize Shanghai for its how do you say high workload, because the students in China, they usually study longer hours than the Finnish boys and girls. But the Finns, they achieved a lot with a low workload. Yes, it is very interesting. And also high achievements. Yes, it's evident. It's evident from the PISA test. Also equity or equality among the different groups, different students. Diversity. They have different or diversified styles of teaching, styles of school culture, and also personalization. The education, the schools, that they pay much attention to the development of every student, and also inclusiveness. And this is usually mentioned by the Chinese about the Finnish education. And they want to know that what we can learn from Finnish education, the best, or at least the one of the best education systems and practices in the world. And now, what have we done in the education corporations? You know, Beijing Normal University have already been involved in serious activities through a variety of projects and innovative collaborations. We have research corporations. Yes, we attend the Sino-Finnish higher education forums. We publish papers. For example, Professor Chai published his papers in the journals of comparative education review in China, one of the leading journals in the field of education. And we have teacher exchanges. Professor Wang Yingjie and also me from BNU, we went to Finland to attend conferences or give series of lectures. And also Sepper and also Dr. Tsai, they came to BNU for many times, and they are both, hired as guest professors without pay of the Institute of International and Comparative Education at BNU. And also we have student exchanges. Up to now, we have 2 BNU doctor students visited the University of Damley as visiting scholars or visiting students in succession. And we also cooperate together in the EU projects. For example, BNU and University of Damley were involved in the Erasmus Models Action 1 program and also Erasmus Models Action program. One is a master program, while the other is a doctor program. And also we have some corporations in the Sino-China Cooperation Fund. We have a 2-year Sino-Finnish joint training curriculum development project for higher education managers. We met about more than 2 weeks ago and to finalize the curriculum and try to find some markets for our curriculum and to improve our curriculum. And also we have some collaborations in the African project in the Finnish Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Ministry of Education to build the capacities of the African partners. And also we have the joint project of not a joint project, but the doctor program of Finland. That is the doctor program in higher education, and I'm a member of the board. Of course, the most important one, I think, is that last year, because of more and more cooperations between China and Finland, we find it's impossible to establish or create an institution, a center, that is the Finnish Education Research Center Institute of International and Comparative Education at BU last October. We hope that the FERC can play as a bridge and a platform between the two countries in the field of education. Here are the list of the missions of FERC to deepen the mobility and cooperation in the field of education between China and Finland, to increase the research on Finland education, or to promote the research on Finnish education, to promote the Finnish experience or success in education in China. Of course, we have many key tasks for this center. Here we only list some of them. To promote the policy dialogues between the two countries, to conduct research on Chinese and Finnish education, to provide policy consultation on Sino-Finland education cooperation, and facilitate educational programs, to experiment joint educational and degree programs in the field of education and suggest appropriate models for joint education and degrees in other disciplines, to develop Sino-Finland educational training curriculum and quality assurance standards, to organize high-level Sino-Finland education conferences, etc. And we have done a lot, but the situation is changing very quickly since the relations between China and Finland and other European countries develop very quickly, and the demands of China also increase. We have now facing new opportunities, new challenges, and new problems. When we talk about the new opportunities, we are now have the best bilateral relations between China and Finland in history. And we in China, we are now starting a new wave of education reform. We want to reform the education system and practice in China. Sometimes we want to learn about some good theories, some effective theories and practices from outside. When we look at outside of China, Finland is one of the models perhaps we can learn from. Of course, we cannot. It's not all of the resources. It's one of the best of the models. Of course, because of the reform, China wants to improve the qualities of the schools as well as the universities. So there is an increasing demand for teacher training as well as faculty training in the universities. Of course, now with the rapid development of the Chinese economy and also the increase of the incomes of the Chinese family, there are more and more students, more Chinese students are planning to go abroad to study. And Finland perhaps is one of the countries. Of course, we want Finland to play a more important role in attracting the Chinese students. And in China, because of the one-child policy, that the states and as well as the families, they are now putting more money, invest more money in education, especially in families, especially by the parents. This I think these are the new opportunities for our education corporations and our activities in the field of education between the two countries. And now we also are facing with new challenges. Because now, that every country now is now doing their best to set up world-class education criteria. And there are many countries, they claim that their model is the best. But who are the best? For the professors, for the experts, we know very clearly who are the best or who are among the best. But for ordinary people, they have very few knowledge about that. The second one is about the competition among educational systems, because every system, they want to become the best, and who is the real best one? And who can attract more Chinese students, more Chinese teachers to have their training, to have their learning abroad there. And also now, when I attended the conference early this month, that's at the beginning of this month, there's a US professor. She gave a talk about the Chinese international students are consuming global education. She mentions that many students, they study abroad, but when I give a comment to her speech, to her presentation, I ask her to change the places of the different words. The global education are now consuming Chinese international students and in-service teachers. It's for every country, it's a very big market. So how the different countries, how can they attract more Chinese students? So it's also a challenge. When we talk about cooperations between Finland and China, Professor Cai have already talked a lot. I only have to list the titles, the key points of it. I think the problem lies in the disorder in Sino-Finland cooperation. There are some organizations, some agents, they know nothing about education. They know nothing about Chinese education. They know nothing about Finland education. They only make money. And a lack of network and coordination. Up to now, in China, we have the only center for Finnish education. In Finland, you have already a center for Chinese education. But we are, because of FERC is a new institution, we are at the beginning stage of our cooperation. So though many professors, many institutions, many universities, they want to cooperate with Finnish schools, with Finnish professors, with Finnish universities, they do not know how to get into contact with them. For example, when Luoyang University, they want to cooperate with the W University, with the University of Plant Sciences in Finland, they ask for help. They ask from us. And also a lack of a systematic research on Finnish education. Many people are not writing papers about Finnish education. Sometimes their only resources is from the papers, from the books. They have no experience in Finland. They have no experiences in the research, and they cannot tell the true story of Finnish education. Now, because of the challenges, because of the problems, we want to, promote our corporations towards a higher level. Just now, Cai also mentioned that perhaps with better, to promote the corporations, to promote a more closer cooperation between the FERC and the CERIC, between the BU, Beijing Normal University, and the University of Namibia, and other universities of Finland. But we should have a Sino-Finland or Sino-China education network to build up the bridge between Finland and China. I think this education network can play as a platform for our cooperations and coordinations in the joint research, in joint publication, in teacher training, in policy consultation, in joint degree programs, in high-level conferences, in student and faculty mobilities, and etc. And also, we must mention that this network is a platform not only for the two centers, it's not only for the two universities, it's a center for all the institutions, for all the individuals in Finland, in Nordic countries, in the world. Anyone who is interested in the Finnish education, in the Chinese education, in the corporations, they can participate, they can join us. Of course, I also mentioned that we must make a story about this is a Finnish education. You know, some people, they do not know the true stories of Finnish education, but they said that is Finnish education, but that would mislead some ordinary people, especially the school teachers and the students. And we must develop a brand, a standards in teacher training, in exchange, in corporations, and also tell the Chinese students, Chinese professors, Chinese school teachers about the true stories of Finnish education. Of course, when we want to promote the Finnish stories, Finnish success in the context of China, we must remember, though we have many common characteristics of familiarities between China and Finland, there are some differences, or there are many differences. We must localize the Finnish experiences. It is the most important thing. We cannot just to import the educational textbooks or curriculums into China. That's like we imported the Nokia or other goods from Finland. So localization, how to localize it? Localization of Finnish experience needs the joint effort of the Chinese professors and the Chinese and also the Finnish professors. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention.